you wrote a few weeks ago, actually, wasn't it, about Sadio Mane's contract? I felt like everyone was kind of pushing Sadio Mane's contract away. His agent's come out this week, Bjorn Bezema, am I saying that right? There we go, Bjorn. He said, we talk a lot with Liverpool, but currently we are not talking about the contract extension because we're waiting for the end of the season. It's been reported that maybe he's keeping a little close eye on what happens to Mo Salah and see what dough he can get out of it as well.
Possibly.
Vice versa, it could be
Liverpool are seeing
what happens there as well. But it feels like this one again, he's in the same boat as Mo Salah end of next summer. Is it the same length? But everyone's focusing on Salah. Poor Sadio feels like he gets the short end of the stick sometimes. But again, I'm quite surprised at that bit because we're not currently talking about the contracts. I thought that would be something Liverpool would be actively engaging in already.
I think that, again, that's something I know I've reported. I know others have reported that it hasn't, the trail has been quiet on Sadio for a while, but that, as his agent says there, but this was from Sadio's point of view, there was quite a relaxed stance about it. There was no sort of, it wasn't a case of like, what's going on, come on, let's get to the table here. You're right, he does get brushed a little bit, even sort of a little bit Tuesday night where you think, I saw so many people talking about how poorly Salah played. I thought Salah was brilliant. I genuinely, he scores again. It's like, we won 3-1, but Mo didn't score. And it's like, well, so?
Sadio did.
Yeah, again. 3-1 and Sadio scored.
More goals in the knockouts than anyone else has scored.
Steven Gerrard overtook his European Cup tally, didn't he? Or European tally for Liverpool. So it's... I could understand if Sadio... I'm not sure he does, because I don't think he's that kind of character. But I could understand if he thought, God, how about a bit of love for me? Like I'm here. But... he's in the same boat. And I do think those two are probably linked, in the sense of... Maybe if Salah signs, it affects the man in negotiations in terms of what, if you're giving Salah £400,000 a week, let's just say, Sadio's got to be not far behind saying, well, hang on, I know, would he have all those without what I do on the other side? Don't see him shifting position and playing through the middle and that kind of thing, and I did win those showdowns in AFCON and the World Cup. But I think the bigger or the better thing for Liverpool at the moment is, I think Sadio's form is brilliant. I think he's playing superbly, and I think if he can carry that on between now and the end of the season, I think Liverpool have a really good chance of winning massive things, and he'll have a very good chance of getting a pretty strong hand in the negotiations when they do come. Yeah,
I was just surprised at that one. Like I say, it feels like both parties are quite relaxed about it.
Firmino's the same, isn't he? Firmino's got a contract.
I'm less surprised about that one.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked if Bobby just left that in a free neck from it.
Yeah, I've had
got a farewell tour, but yeah, I'm surprised at the Mane one because, like I say, Salah's been, for the start of the season, was the best player on the planet, or one of them.
Yeah.
Sadio's been this for a long time as well.
Just right up there, isn't he?
He could do with a mural as well. We need to get on the phone to Old Anfield, get Sadio painting on the wall as well, because it does feel like the Mo Salah show sometimes.
I tell you, Sadio would absolutely love it as well. I saw that there was a great thing that, from a personal thing. We did goal 50, and he got given this sort of it was like stained glass sort of thing, and it's of his face. It was great design. I handed it to him, and I just saw he put a picture up maybe about a year ago, and he was just in his house, and it's just in the background. I think he came like 9th in the goal video, but it was on his wall next to like a Player of the Month thing, and you think, fair play, I sort of have this cynical view that you give these players an award and you just say, oh, cheers, and into the shrubbery at the back type of thing. But Sadio has it up, so if you got him a mural, I think it'd be one of the proudest days of his career.
If you live in the Anfield area and you've got a house with an external wall, give us a shout. Yeah, because Mo Salah got the last one. He won a vote, to be fair. It wasn't our fault that Mo Salah won the vote, but maybe Sadio wins the next one. I was about to say and I always used to feel like there were certain players who used to deal with this as well. It's like, because they can play 4 or 5 different roles, they never get the chance to nail down. Like, Luis Diaz is the new face in town on the left, and Jota and Bobby, Jota especially, goal scoring form. Again, it does feel like sometimes, I wonder, do you think Sadio cares about this? Because he comes across as such a humble man.
Yeah.
You see him in interviews, and he's all he ever speaks about is the team. And the other day he was like, you scored. He was like, yeah, but we won. Like, I'm not arsed kind of thing. It feels like, I don't know how much that would annoy him. I'll be honest, I would feel a little bit like left out myself. If it was me.
I think it would come to a stage, if he was missing out in big games, I think he'd look and think, well, hang on, because listen, I had this a little bit where, and we're all guilty of it. Diaz, like you say, is the new guy on the block, and it's great what he's done. It is fantastic. But I remember Sadio doing that. I would actually say Sadio had a better start to his Liverpool career than Diaz did. There were moments with Sadio where it was just like, what is this that Liverpool have signed here? This is incredible. You know, he's player of the year for Liverpool in his first season. So it is easy to forget sometimes, and maybe, you know, you get a bit too comfortable and Sadio, yeah, you know. And I saw that there's a stat from Andrew Beasley, I don't know if you saw that today, about clear-cut chances created this season. I think Trent, Salah, I think Sadio's third on it, but he's only had 1 assist, I think it might be. You know, the chances are just getting missed, and you know, there is a feeling that sometimes I don't know, he just misses out on the party a little bit. You know, it's all, you know, if there's a player of the match award, there's just someone who's always just done something a bit more spectacular maybe in the game. Or
yeah, I've got it here actually. I've just found it for you. Like,
yeah, so
he creates 13 clear-cut chances, but only 1 of those has turned into an assist.
Yeah,
because
so, I mean,
shots have been saved, 6 of them have been saved, and 5 have been off target and 1 block. So yeah, he's created the same amount of clear-cut chances as Mo Salah, but Mo Salah has had 8 assists now.
Right, yeah.
Your party is thinking, because Sadio's knocking a few of them in.
Possibly,
maybe Mo needs to put Sadio's in as well. But yeah, you are right. It always just feels to me with Sadio like he's kind of the forgotten man.
Yeah,
when it was the front three,
a little bit. Yeah, even the fact, you know, as you say, he's played the season on the right, and he's the one who gets moved to the left. But what a performance! Now he's the man getting moved to the middle. But again, I thought he was brilliant against Benfica. Certainly first half, you know, right in there. You know, he's a legend. He's a Liverpool legend. I wrote a piece last week before the Watford game, sort of a bit of Salif Diao comments. Salif Diao was saying, you know, he doesn't get the respect that they feel he deserves in Senegal. He told a story about a mate of his who's a carpenter, and he said he made him a Ballon d'Or award because he said, you know, I told you get one eventually. He said, just a shame it's made out of wood. But that's the sort of the feeling I think a lot of people have, that, you know, he'll never get the credit he deserves, maybe because someone like Mo is in the team, and maybe because, you know, he plays for Senegal potentially rather than a European team and that kind of thing. So he's just such a good player, and I've said this, you know, I know I'm repeating myself on this show, which is sort of the theme of the show, but Liverpool would miss him massively.
Do you think he'll get a contract? I think we're both agreeing that Salah will. We both think Bobby won't. Sadio feels like the grey area.
Yeah, I could see, but I think he should, and I would be, you know, if I was doing the advice for Liverpool, it'd be sorted out, because I think maybe that you can fall into the trap to think that Sadio is easy to replace because, like you say, because he plays 2 or 3 positions and maybe he doesn't always do that. I think the opposite. I think he's really, really difficult to replace. You know, so physical, again, durable, plays so many games, scores you guaranteed pretty much you'll get to 20 this season, you know, like Salah and Jota, and he's a winner. You know, you can see him in him when he plays for Senegal. You can see when he plays for Liverpool. He's a winner. He might not be as sort of, I don't know, maybe as overt or his PR maybe as strong as someone like Salah, who we know about the ultra professional that he is. I don't think Sadio's at all behind in that regard. So I think Liverpool would really miss him if he was to go. So fingers crossed. I hope he stays. I think he'll play for Liverpool next season, personally. But I think it'd be really, really difficult for Liverpool to find someone to do what he does.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. So yeah, guys, there you have it. A clip from our latest Journo Insight with Neil Jones. That show streams in full on Redmen Plus each and every week on this week's show, as well as the conversation about Sadio. We talk about Mo Salah's contract, Fabio Carvalho and his imminent signing, and lots of other topics as well. So if you want to go and check that out, head on over to redmenplus.com and sign up to Redmen Plus.